I'll be talking about the search for innovation in Nokia company. For any company to be sustainable within an industry, they need to use not just the old frame, but also move to the new frame. As we can see from this diagram, Zone 1 is only about the exploits, which is what Nokia adopted, and they remain there. Having been with Nokia has adopted the Android platform, and as adopted the Android platform, this would have enabled them to move to Zone 3, which is the reframe level. The reframe level is the one that gives them the chance to expect more, not just expect, but expect more into the opportunities that they could have achieved and gained in the industry. Open innovation was what Nokia used, but they didn't use it very well, and they didn't penetrate into it very well as much as it would have enabled the company to survive within the industry. It was a necessity for Nokia because it would give them access to other talents, ideas, and capitals. Open innovation would have been an additional benefit, and this would have encouraged them to have internal knowledge transfer and absorptive capacity. Because open innovation is good, is very useful for a dynamic market or a market which is in chaos. For Nokia to remain in the industry and be sustainable in the long run, Nokia would have benefited from this because linkage with customers is very important for any company to survive within an industry. Nokia didn't do this. They didn't put their customers and also the threat of new entrants into consideration when they were searching for their innovation techniques. If they had used open innovation more often or very well, it would have enabled Nokia to know what their customers wanted from smartphones, which is not just smartphones that could call or text people. Customers want a smartphone that can enable them to connect to social media, also be able to receive emails and reply emails on the go, which is what other new companies such as Apple and Android adopted, and which has enabled them to survive it has enabled them to survive and also overcome Nokia in the industry. Alliance weight rather than acquisition by Microsoft. What we mean by this is, having been Nokia has gone into an alliance with Microsoft rather than letting Microsoft acquire the company. It would have benefited them as they will still remain in the industry, still be doing well, and they will still be recognized in the industry as they used to be in century ago. This will enable them to benefit from other knowledge which Microsoft will be bringing in, as both companies' goods are compatible and will do very well in the industry.
So finally, we will be critiquing Nokia's approach to innovation. So we feel that Nokia embraced open innovation, but to a limited implementation. What we mean by that is, for example, Nokia had links with about 100 universities globally. We don't feel that Nokia exploited this. In a similar way to the way BT exploited their links with universities at Adderstraw Park, we feel that Nokia should have brought the knowledge all into one location so that would enable them to tap into knowledge and innovate. Secondly, Nokia's pricing strategy enabled them to realize their vision statement of connecting people because Nokia had models across all price ranges. Finally, Nokia's made substantial investments in research and development. They made phones that consumers wanted to use because their phone interface was easy to use. Nokia is also credited with building the first cell phone in the mid-1990s, as well as developing a valuable patent portfolio along the way. Unfortunately, Nokia did not invest in effective marketing strategies, which wasn't compatible with their substantial investment in research and development. Also, Nokia's failure to adapt or to introduce the Android platform was a loss of opportunity. Nokia phones were renowned for being easy to use. The Android platform is also renowned for being easy to use, and we feel that had Nokia identified that these two were compatible, Nokia would have gone onto the Android platform rather than Windows, and we feel that this would have allowed them to remain in the industry if not be successful. Also, though Nokia wanted to connect people, they didn't have a clearly defined STP. STP is segmentation, target, and positioning. We feel that Nokia's aim of connecting people and providing or producing phones for all segments didn't allow them to identify who their core segments were. Had Nokia done this, they could still have been making phones for all market segments while concentrating on segments that would allow them to remain in the industry. Unlike Apple, who make phones that were clearly very expensive, Apple products were desired by all, even people that couldn't afford them cash down. Because Nokia didn't adopt a similar strategy, it meant that they couldn't stay in the game when bigger players such as Apple and Samsung came along. Finally, Nokia was too focused on cost instead of technology, which is incompatible with the mobile phones industry. The mobile phone industry is very much technology and innovation reliant. Unfortunately for Nokia, consumers will punish brands who fail to innovate and to innovate quickly. And unfortunately, this, we feel, is what led to the demise of the Nokia brand. Thank you very much for listening.